Last summer, a group of my close buddies and I embarked on a camping adventure alongside the serene Willamette River. We eagerly delved deep into the woods, ready to immerse ourselves in nature's embrace. Little did we know that this escapade would descend into a nightmarish encounter that would forever haunt our memories. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky with vibrant hues of orange and pink, we hiked through the rugged terrain, excitement fueling our every step. Our spirits soared as we indulged in night fishing, accompanied by the melodies of our favorite tunes. Laughter filled the air, intermingling with the refreshing breeze, as we reveled in the camaraderie and, admittedly, a few too many drinks. As the night progressed, the effects of our indulgence took hold, transforming even the most mundane moments into fits of uncontrollable laughter. The atmosphere became an intoxicating blend of mirth and mischief. Eventually, in the depths of the night, exhaustion crept in, coaxing us towards slumber. Splitting into two separate tents, my friend and I shared one, while the other two companions occupied the other. However, our blissful tranquility was soon disrupted by the sound of raucous laughter emanating from the adjacent tent. Initially, we chuckled along, enjoying the infectious hilarity. But as the minutes ticked by, the incessant laughter grew tiresome, testing our patience. Irritated, we bellowed at our friends to cease their uproar. To our astonishment, a single voice responded, disclaiming their involvement. The implications of this revelation sent a chill coursing down my spine. It dawned on me that the laughter we had dismissed as our friends' antics was, in fact, the mirthful guffaw of a stranger. The oddity of encountering someone deep within the woods at such an unholy hour struck me even in my inebriated state. Gradually, the laughter drew nearer, the sounds seeping into our campsite. My companion's face twisted with worry, mirroring the unease that swirled within me. From our other friend's tent, a terrified scream pierced the night, revealing their shared distress. The laughter now took on an eerie quality, devoid of the joviality we had initially perceived. It was as if its essence was tainted, lacking something essential that defied description. Approaching our campsite, the laughter reached its crescendo, chilling us to the bone. Yet, amidst the chilling mirth, we detected no accompanying footsteps. It defied all logic that someone could move through the undergrowth without stirring even a single fallen leaf. The silence of their approach rendered the situation all the more sinister. Anxiety gripped us, freezing us in place as the laughter finally ceased, leaving behind an ominous stillness. The moonlight cast eerie shadows upon our tent, heightening our senses. Suddenly, a jolt shattered the silence. A hand pressed against the fabric of our shelter, its outline visible in the ethereal glow. Terror consumed us, and with voices erupting in a symphony of terror, my friend and I unleashed blood-curdling screams. Acting on pure instinct, we burst forth from the tent, our legs propelling us through the dense woods at breakneck speed. Fear propelled us onward, our other companions closely trailing behind. After what felt like an eternity, we miraculously stumbled upon our car, panting and drenched in sweat. Exhaustion clung to us, a stark contrast to the euphoria we had felt mere hours ago. We piled into the vehicle, an unspoken agreement overriding any concerns of impaired judgment. As I took the wheel, I acknowledged the gravity of our decision, knowing it was born out of desperation rather than responsibility. The memory of that night remains etched in my mind as the most horrific experience of my life. To this day, we remain haunted by unanswered questions. Who or what was that mysterious presence lurking in the darkness? What were their intentions? The fear and uncertainty that plagued us that night serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of our sense of safety, and the unknowable depths of the wilderness we once ventured into so eagerly. In the aftermath of that harrowing encounter, the allure of camping has forever lost its luster for me. The wilderness, once a sanctuary of beauty and tranquility, now conceals an untamed darkness that I have chosen to keep at arm's length. During my college years, I embarked on a daring adventure, a solo backpacking trip into the vast Canadian wilderness. It was an opportunity for self-discovery, a chance to immerse myself in the untamed beauty of nature. Little did I know that this expedition would unravel a series of unsettling events, forever altering my perception of solitude. Venturing deep into the wilderness, I found myself utterly alone, surrounded by an untouched expanse of wilderness. The nearest town lay a 3-hour bus ride away, leaving me truly isolated. Over the course of 7 days, I encountered only one other soul, a distant figure navigating the tranquil waters in a canoe. This solitude both captivated and unnerved me, heightening my senses to the hidden dangers that lurked beyond the trees. Equipped with disposable cameras, relics of a pre-digital era, I aimed to capture the raw beauty that enveloped me. Nature's grandeur unfolded before my lens, picturesque landscapes forever imprinted on film. However, as I delved deeper into my collection of developed photos, my sense of wonder would transform into abject terror. Halfway through my first camera, amidst the standard nature shots, I stumbled upon 2 chilling photographs, one of myself sound asleep in my tent, cocooned within my sleeping bag. The shock of this discovery coursed through me like an electric jolt, shattering the tranquility that had cloaked my journey. How were these pictures taken? Who had captured such intimate moments without my knowledge? The revelation sent me spiraling into a state of sheer panic, a breakdown fueled by fear and confusion. To this day, the source of those photographs remains a mystery, their origins lost in the enigmatic wilderness. The trauma inflicted by this discovery runs deep, forever altering my perception of camping and leaving an indelible mark on my psyche. Since that fateful trip, I have shunned the idea of camping altogether. Instead, I seek solace in the familiar confines of my own home, where doors remain open, yet curtains are perpetually drawn, an attempt to ward off the residual paranoia that lingers. The unnerving notion that an unseen observer still watches from the shadows gnaws at my sanity, a constant reminder of the violation I experienced in the wilderness. Another unsettling encounter stands etched in my memory, further cementing my unease with venturing into the unknown. On a separate occasion, my boyfriend and I decided to embark on a secluded camping trip to the gorge, craving a chance for uninterrupted quality time. Straying from our usual group outings, we sought solace in each other's company. As we exited our car, preparing our gear for the mile-long hike to our chosen camping spot, our tranquility was shattered by the sudden appearance of 2 dubious figures emerging from the trailhead. Their shifty demeanor and disconcerting presence sent a wave of unease washing over us. Hastily, they cast suspicious glances in our direction before retreating to their old-school Volkswagen camper van. Though my instincts screamed caution, I dismissed the lingering unease as mere paranoia, attempting to quell the rising apprehension within me. We pressed on, determined to salvage our romantic getaway amidst the untamed beauty of nature. However, the shadow of unease followed us, casting a pall over our camping experience. Lingering doubts and a nagging sense of foreboding tainted what should have been moments of serenity. The serenade of rustling leaves and whispering wind now held an ominous undertone. In the end, it was the cumulative weight of these unnerving encounters that led me to abandon the wilderness, forever severed from the solace it once promised. The allure of uncharted territories pales in comparison to the deep-seated fear that has taken root within me. I seek refuge in the familiar, where the boundaries of safety can be controlled and the lingering specter of the unknown can be kept at bay. The wilderness, once a realm of enchantment and exploration, has become a place of dark secrets and unspoken fears. The encroachment upon my privacy through unexplained photographs and encounters with questionable individuals has forever altered my perception of solitude, forcing me to find solace within the confined comfort of my own home. On a camping trip to an area I was familiar with, the stage was set for what would become one of the most disturbing experiences of my life. As my boyfriend and I arrived at our chosen location, we embarked on a mission to find the perfect spot amidst the serene wilderness. However, an unexpected encounter would cast a shadow of unease over our otherwise anticipated camping trip. As we scouted the area for suitable camping spots, I noticed the presence of another camper further up the hill. Intrigued but cautious, I opted for a spot slightly removed from his view, though not entirely hidden. As dusk settled in, the stranger's voice echoed through the woods, engaged in a heated conversation with an unseen companion back on the trail. As darkness enveloped the landscape, we hastened to set up our camp, aware that time was of the essence. In search of firewood, I ventured out, determined to gather enough to sustain us through the night. Suddenly, as if materializing out of thin air, the stranger appeared before us. He offered to sell us a bundle of firewood for a steep price of $10, despite the abundance of fallen wood readily available in the forest. My instincts raised an alarm within me, triggering a surge of suspicion. I questioned his claim that the wood had been cleared out in the past weeks, as I knew the area to be abundant in natural resources. When I confronted him about the voices I had heard earlier in his statement of being alone, his explanations faltered, and he revealed that there were indeed others camping on the opposite side of the river. His inconsistent stories and evasive demeanor heightened our unease. His true nature began to unravel before our eyes. He confessed to being a homeless man, hailing from Pennsylvania, who had taken refuge in the woods near my workplace. His desperate existence consisted of sustenance derived from snakes and bugs, supplemented by selling firewood for meager earnings. Though he claimed to have been lonely, his campsite revealed evidence of multiple individuals occupying the area. Curiosity compelled us to follow him to his camp, where the belongings of several people were scattered. It became evident that his tales of isolation were far from the truth. Despite his preference for camping atop hills to observe his surroundings, it was clear that our campsite was within his line of sight. As the darkness deepened, he offered assistance in starting our fire, prolonging his presence and exacerbating my growing discomfort. In hushed whispers, I confided in my boyfriend, expressing my inability to find solace with the presence of this unpredictable and potentially dangerous stranger lurking nearby. However, my boyfriend convinced me to stay, assuring me that our safety would not be compromised. Throughout the night, the woods seemed to come alive, with the distinct sound of snapping twigs and rustling branches surrounding our campsite. Each noise resonated with a sinister implication, indicating that the stranger, undoubtedly the source of these disturbances, was watching our every move. The realization struck deep within me, igniting an urgent need to escape this unnerving situation. With a sense of urgency, we silently gathered our belongings, leaving behind our newly set up tarp to avoid detection. Standing up, my backpack secured, the stranger's voice pierced the night air, his words chilling me to the core. "Leaving so soon?" We wasted no time, fleeing from the scene, propelled by an instinctual drive for self-preservation. The adrenaline coursing through our veins fueled our swift retreat, with the unsettling calls for us to return echoing in our ears. Once we were at a safe distance, the gravity of the situation sank in. We had narrowly escaped a potentially dangerous encounter. The stranger's intentions remained unclear, and his web of deceit and manipulation left us haunted by the possibilities of what might have befallen us had we stayed. The following morning, with a sense of urgency, I reached out to the park rangers, recounting the unsettling encounter and providing them with a description of the mysterious individual. Though we were fortunate to have escaped unharmed, a sense of lingering unease permeated our lives, reminding us of the potential dangers lurking within the depths of the wilderness. The experience forever altered our perception of venturing into the unknown. Camping, once a source of solace and adventure, transformed into a realm of apprehension and trepidation. The encounter with the enigmatic stranger left an indelible mark on our psyche, forever reminding us of the fragility of safety in the midst of nature's untamed embrace.